Deontay, big win for this team this past Saturday. You guys stay undefeated in conference play. Can you just kind of put into words what that win did for this team?
The win, it helped us out a lot, to see where we'll be in the conference play. Going into the game, Coach Brown and Coach Moore challenged us, the offensive line and defense. He challenged defensively also to see where we were. He talked about how all week was going to be he's going to separate pretenders from contenders. So we took it as a challenge to come out and show what we can do in the conference.
Speaking of that challenge, the first quarter, what kind of went wrong for you guys, and how'd you manage to flip it around?
We came out hype. Everyone was like, everybody's emotions playing high, and then we had to Coach Brown got to us, and after the second drive, he was like, it's time to calm down. Let's play the game we know how to play. And he was basically telling us if we play our best, they play our best, we're gonna win. So we settled down and did the fundamentals of the entire game. So that's what we stuck to.
Yeah, it's been a while since you guys have been in a hole like that, an 11-point hole. What does it say about this team to show fight and the ability to come back when most of the time you guys are leading for a majority of these games?
It shows, for us, as I know offensive line-wise, it shows that we're not going to back down from when we face adversity, So, we can step up and play hard when we got to. That's basically, I can think about right now. But, we keep fighting. We see we as a group, as an offensive line group, we know where we are.
Coach mentioned that he wants to see improvement in the run game and the blocking up front. What specifically will you guys need to work on this week heading into this Texas State game?
Fundamentals, stick to what we know what to do. Pad level is offensive line. Just keep finishing blocks because you can drop a block for so long that they break off and make a tackle. I know as a group, offensive line group, we kind of fell down a little bit because we didn't get over 100 yards rushing. Like for BJ, all they was to get him over 100 yards. We tried to go back out there and do it again, but facing the time we're against. Yes, sir.
Potentially could be the last game here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in your career. Just kind of, what's your thoughts, emotions heading into this final week? What could be your last game here?
It's emotional. I've been here for 4 years. I love it here. So, I'm gonna go out and play my heart out for my teammates, and so we can bring the championship here and play.
I asked Coach how important it would be to have BJ healthy for the remaining couple games. I know he's a streak of 5 straight games was snapped at 100 yards, but still productive, 2 scores. And he said in the second half that he really got his wheels under him and started to take off. How important is BJ to this offense?
He's really important to us. He's one of our workhorses up there. He tells us we block him right, he'll hit the hole for us. We tell him if we run us over and keep going. So having him healthy is gonna be big for us.
Well-balanced passing to run game this week. 0 sacks. Offensive line was huge for both Sawyer and the run game. Did you guys come a little more prepared against Georgia Southern than you have your past couple weeks against other teams?
We prepared real hard every day for them. We watched film, and we was up here spending reckless time, watching film as a group. So I feel like going to this next couple of games, we're going to be good. We've just been more into film and knowing what we need to do.
Crum, help me out with this one. There was a period of time when Stidham went out of the game and Kelly slid over to left tackle. You started out as a guard. You've been a center for a few years. Is that how you coached? I mean, to be versatile on the offensive line, guys can play different positions. Is that something that's stressed by Coach Moore?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. He coaches all of us to play multiple positions. Like, if you come watch us in practice, you'll see me playing guard, tackle, center, whatever. We play everywhere, all over. And we have our tests before a game. We have to draw everybody's position in every play. What we would do as an offensive line. So that's one big thing we do as a group.
I asked Coach Brown the same question. You just look at the two records of this team, kind of different. How do you not treat this game as a trap game with App State looming next week?
We tell all of he tell all of us we can't try to look past them because anything can happen. We got every week is a contest, is an audition for the championship. So we're gonna go out there and play hard as we have every game and treat them the same way as any other team we play.
First off, DeAndre, it's been a while since we saw you out on the field. Just kind of, how are you feeling? How's everything holding up heading into this week?
I've been this week, or the past 2 weeks, I've been focusing on getting my body ready to get back out there on the field. My leg is doing a lot better, and I'll be ready to play this weekend.
For you, how upsetting or disappointing was it to have to miss these last 2 games?
It was pretty upsetting. This is the first time in my career I've ever had to miss a game, so it was new for me, and I mean, something I can get through. I got through. It was a little disappointing not to be able to play those games though.
Seeing the team fall by 11 in the first quarter and then to rebound and you being on the sidelines, but the offense still kind of flourished later on. Was that like a sigh of relief to know that B can still go on and if a player's out of the lineup due to injury or different concern?
I can't hear you. Could you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that, to not be on the field and watch your team in an 11-point hole and then to see the offense come back the way they did with 32 unanswered, and for you wanting to be out there, what was that like to kind of see them down and then win in the end?
Watching my team do what they did this weekend was unbelievable. Like it was a great feeling to see them be able to push through something like that, and it was great. It was great. It was nice to see.
I know you're probably not 100% right now. What are you looking to accomplish this week in practice and in the game?
I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna do as many reps as I can, and I'll be limited, but I'll do as many reps as I can to just get my body back in the rhythm of a game week.
What did you see out of Luke Whittemore this week? Really a good showing for him. 3 catches, kind of his first touchdown pass. What have you seen this from him at practice leading up to this game?
Luke Whittemore, he's always been a player for us, and every time he gets that spark of confidence, he opens everybody's eyes at that point. And this weekend, I saw it in him. That first catch, after he had that first catch, I knew then, like, Luke's about to have a day. And, even earlier this week in practice, he was just balling all week of practice. And even Coach Brown mentioned one day, he said, this is the best practice you've had since you've been at Troy, and it showed. It showed.
For you, what's it going to mean? Potentially could be the last time here at the Vet this Saturday in your career. What's it going to be for this game, that game against Texas State?
It's going to mean a lot. It's going to be a little emotional. But, yeah, it's going to mean a lot.
So at this point, you guys know where you are. You know that you control your own fate. How much does the team read into record standings, stuff like that, knowing that if things go well, Troy could be hosting a championship game right here?
Really, we're focused week by week. We don't really look too far down the line. Right now we're focused on the next game, and that's Texas State.
How big is it as a receiving group to complete 3 passes this week that were potentially big plays in that first scoring drive for you guys?
It always hypes us up. We love it. We love it. We're all for each and every one of each other, and we kind of strive each other. Like, we get each other going, really, and being able to see people make plays, it just makes you want to make a big play.
How do you guys approach this matchup and not potentially overlook Texas State with the game against App State coming up to decide the East title next week?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
So how do you guys not overlook really Texas State with the game against App State coming up the following week?
Coach Brown does a good job as far as keeping us focused on what we need to be focused on, and I feel like he's great at that, and he just keeps our mindset on one thing.
You guys went out there and held a very good Georgia State rushing attack to 101 yards. How big of a point of emphasis was that for this team this week?
Oh, yeah, obviously, that's what they do. They want to run the ball, and I think that's a big testament to Coach Vic and the rest of the coaches. They put together a great game plan, and we went out there and executed it pretty well. So we gave up too many passing yards, but we're real happy about the rushing yards. I think they had like 70 in the first half, and then the second half, they had to obviously throw the ball more, but I think we got after them. We did a good job executing the game plan.
Coach Brown mentioned taking the game out of Shy Ward's hands. He wanted somebody, if they were going to beat you, he wanted somebody besides him to do it. How did y'all take the game out of his hands, especially after that first quarter?
Yeah, well, we just basically just gave him reads to either give the ball or pitch the ball to somebody else. Basically, we didn't want him running with the ball, having an option. We didn't want him downfield with the ball with an option to pitch. We tried to just get it out of his hands quick and kind of eliminate him from beating us with his feet.
Down 11 in the first quarter, the team responds well, but an uncomfortable situation to be in, I suppose, for a defensive unit. What did you tell the team, and did you say anything all to your guys when you were in that hole?
Yeah, well, I would think I didn't have like a big speech or anything, but I think all I remember is we never panicked. We know we had a good game plan. We just had to tweak a few things. They obviously came out and they had their things that they had in the week that would beat a weak point in our defense, and they found that. So we just went to the sideline, made some adjustments, and came back out. And we never panicked or anything like that. We stayed in there, stayed locked in, and believed in the system, and we were all good.
Most of the time, you guys find yourself as a defense playing with a lead, which I'm sure makes the game easier for you. But being in this situation where you have to make those adjustments in game and then move forward, obviously it speaks volumes about the defense. But how does the team limit those types of situations moving forward?
I think our coaches do a good job of that. Identifying where they attacked us at and where we were beat at, and we'll get that. I think that's something you fix throughout the week. We'll always make game time adjustments, but to me, that's more of a during the week type of deal where watching film and working on the game plan and fixing it there before you have to in the game.
Hunter, I know the fans are looking possibly ahead, a little bit possibly ahead. I know you haven't gotten elbow deep into prep for Texas State yet, but can you just talk about the challenge of the game itself ahead of you with a really big game the week following? Yeah, well, we all know that there's that we play App obviously at the end of the schedule. You can't hide from it. It is what it is. But we're not going to overlook a Texas State team. They've gotten a lot better since we played them last year, and they're dangerous. They can do a lot of things, and we're going to be locked in and prepared on them. And like I said, you can't hide from the fact that we play App, and they're having a good year. Everybody knows that, but we got to be mature and lock in and realize what's right here in front of us. We got to take it one game at a time. We can't overlook anybody at this point.
Is it difficult as a defense to go from a team that runs the style offense that Georgia State or Georgia Southern does? Now you have to completely flip your game plan for a style of offense that Texas State's going to throw at you this Saturday. Yeah,
well, I think some of it has some carryover when you look at they run the triple option and all that. So if we see that against Texas State, we'll be fresh off of it, and it won't be a hard transition because we just got out of it last week. But as far as other things, when they're not running the triple option, just regular, whatever type of runs they like to do, we'll have to get used to that and get ready for it this week. But it's going to be a bigger adjustment, I think, more for the back end and the DBs and stuff, more than the front seven. All their stuff's going to have to change, their fits and their coverage and everything like that. But I think we can stack the triple option team and just build off of that. And whenever we see it now, we'll be more familiar with it, and we can execute better when they run those plays against us.
Everything you've been through here in your career, from walk-on to scholarship to all Sun Belt, now starting linebacker for this team, potentially last home game coming up this Saturday, not knowing about the Sun Belt Championship yet, but what are the emotions going to be like for you out there on the field Saturday? Oh yeah,
I hope it's not the last game I get to play here. I love playing in the stadium, and it's going to be we're just going to go out and play, like we know how to, so we can try to solidify that spot that hopefully we can, play another one here. And we just got to take it one game at a time. But it'll be, it's senior night, but or senior day, whatever it's called. It's just, we're going to go out there and play it like it's, the next game is always the biggest game for us, and we're just going to treat it like that. And I'm not going to think too much about, maybe this could possibly be my last game. I'm just going to go out there and have fun and just, take it how it is.
You mentioned the game-by-game approach, but the team and the players, how aware are you guys of where you are record-wise in both the league and the conference, and overall, big picture, is it all in the back of the team's mind that, Troy could be hosting the championship game right here at the Vet?
Well, yeah, like I said earlier, you can't hide from those things. I mean, it is what it is. We've won some games, and we put ourselves in a position to possibly do that. But I don't think it doesn't affect us to the point where that's all we're going to think about. We're going to go out and prepare for Texas State. It doesn't matter what team it was or is. We're going to go out and get ready for them and play like play like that game is the Sun Belt Championship game. So we don't let it really get to us. But obviously we know we won some games and we know we put ourselves in a position to possibly host it. But we're not really worried about it. We're just going to go play, like I said, every game and just do our best.
I know you're on defense, but do you think should be a change at quarterback with Luke Whitmore with 100% completion percentage?
Yeah, that QBR is pretty good. Has he really completed all his passes?
I think he's 2 for 2.
2 yeah.
2 for 2.
Oh yeah, hey, Sawyer, better watch out. Oh, Luke might be coming for you. Yeah, but no, Luke had a good game Saturday. He had a really good game. He had a really good fall camp and spring and all that. I'm glad he finally came out and had had a big game and showed everybody what he could do. 'Cause he's a good receiver.
Almost all year, you guys have done pretty well in the second half, holding offenses to no points or almost none. Do you have a different mentality when it comes to the second half as the first half?
Oh, I think we learned big lesson from the ULM game. I don't know what the score was at halftime. I think they came out and scored like 4 or 5 touchdowns on us or something like that, and they made it a one-possession game. It came down to the last drive, and I think we really learned from that. And I know that Georgia State or Georgia Southern had a big drive against us when we came out for the second half, but we just know we have to come out and finish. Our strength coach, Coach Horton, he always talks about finishing games and not letting up. Nothing should change just because it's the second half, and just say you have the lead, you should play like you're down, and that's kind of the mentality we roll with in the second half. We just want to keep pressing and keep working hard and doing the best we can to finish the game.
Let's go out there and hold them to just right at 100 yards rushing. How big of a game plan was that for you guys heading into that game to slow down that rushing attack?
It was huge. The coaches expressed throughout the whole week that we would have to play lights out on defense. And just in the first quarter, we saw they scored 14 points real quick. We scored just a field goal, so we made the corrections on the sideline and talked it over just amongst ourselves, and we got to step it up. And we knew we had to play lights out. It was something crucial we had to do.
Yeah, you mentioned that 11-point hole in the first quarter. Obviously the team responded well, but what did the players say? What did the coaches say to kind of flip the switch and make you guys get back on track?
It was just a whole thing. We just had to relax and play football, play Troy football, and that's what we did. We, like I said, the coaches made the corrections with us on the sideline, and I think they actually scored. It was the same play that they used to score on, so it was a simple fix. Something in the coverage area, but it was simple. And I know, especially Coach Les, he was like, just relax, calm down. We still in it. It's just the first quarter. And once we relaxed and just played defense, we were straight.
How does the mindset change from a team that's down 11 in the first quarter to moving forward? I mean, does the energy get sucked out a little bit? How does the confidence level continue to remain in that hole?
We've been in that position before, so it's not like it's our first time being in that position. So from us being in that position multiple times before, we know how to react to it. Now, I'd say this late in the season, and with the help of the seniors on the defense and older guys that played a lot of snaps, we just told the younger guys and just the team overall just to relax. I mean, it's just the first quarter. We still got 3 more quarters to play.
You're a senior on this ball club. Can you speak to what this group of seniors means to you? You guys, most of you been together this long.
It means a lot. I love you guys. We're Neil Brown's first class, so I would say like we were the starter of something new. I mean, we had the other guys that were here before us, but like we were actually Neil Brown's first recruiting class. So we learned everything at the same time. We were new to everything, but like I said, I love you guys. I love playing with them. Like we all play our butts off.
This is what's kind of impressed me as the season rolls on. I mean, you're a known commodity coming in, so Reese and some of those guys. But, gosh, we see Silo making plays. Antoine Barker had a good game. We've seen Cholo come on behind you and everything. Can you speak, with everything going on around you, to the depth that's been developed during the season on the D-line?
It's really Coach Leslie coaches us hard. We could be 10-0 or 15-0. He's the same person every day. He coaches us hard, and it pays off. Sometimes, you know, we don't like it or something. He does something we don't like, but he knows what he's talking about. And he just say like if we just trust in him and do what he says, like his coaching, it'll work, and it's obviously been working. He preaches a lot of fundamentals. I think his saying he's been saying since it's been November is remember November. Like you remember everything that happens in November. And basically we just went back to our day one fundamentals and everything, and it's been paying off. Everybody's been playing much better.
How big is it from a defensive standpoint when your offense comes out and scores 25 unanswered points?
It's huge. It's a huge confidence boost on the defense. Because we know as long as we keep giving them 3 and outs and they get the ball back, I mean, the game's in their hand. As long as the other offense doesn't have the ball, it's fine. It's fair game with them. So, I mean, it's a huge confidence boost, definitely.
Did you guys expect them to throw it as much as they did, especially early on in the game? And then what changes did you make to kind of to slow that down as well?
No, I wouldn't think they would throw the ball. I'm not sure how much passes they completed throughout the whole year. I know it wasn't a lot. They're more of a run team, so that's something we would like extremely focus on the run. And they kind of caught us off guard with the first couple plays with the passes, but like I said, it was simple fixes. I think somebody forgot to cover the running back that came out the backfield, so it was something simple. And once we corrected it, it never happened again. It wasn't open for them anymore, so they just stuck to what they knew, which was the triple option, and we just stopped it.
You guys have had this team has had quite an interesting season. 8-2 now, just a couple of games left, perfect in the conference. How much does the team follow the rankings, the record, all that stuff, especially with the chance that if things go right, Troy could be hosting the Sun Belt Championship game right here?
I would say we pay attention to it, but not as much, because at the end of the day, like Coach Brown said, if we play Troy football, like we know, like we'll win. So I mean, we really don't pay attention much to it, but we know like the shoes that we're in, we control our own destiny. So just knowing that, we know we just play football. I mean, everything's in our hands. Appreciate it.